Okay, Ma, Kriti and Kirtana is
Good, Swamiji.
Radha. How are you?
Good, Swamiji.
Okay, this is all to train you to become as perfect as you can in Bhagavad Gita. Okay, this is one we hear very often from people. You know, I want to be very religious, but what can I do? Uh, Maya is very powerful. I'm unable to get out. So, Radha, tell me, what will you tell them? Radha, heard my question?
Not sure, Swamiji.
Radha, did you hear what I said?
Yes, Swamiji.
Hmm. This is the usual thing we hear from many people. Oh, I really want to be very religious. I want to follow all the rules and regulations. But you know, I have so many weaknesses, all because of this Maya. Hmm? I'm unable to make progress. So, to such people, what is it that you can tell? How would you answer them? And you should be only from Bhagavad Gita. Emma,
Not sure, Swamiji.
first you have to say one line as reply, then you have to quote the verse. No, Radha, you don't get the answer?
No, Swamiji.
Okay. Pritika, can you get the answer?
No, Swamiji.
Oh, something is wrong with you people. You are not able to get the answer. Okay. Then who else is there? Srikriti, can you get the answer? How do you answer that question?
Do we talk about how God can help you get out of the birth cycles?
Srikriti, again, I'm repeating the question. Listen, all of you. Pritika, Radha, Kriti, Kirtanar, and Srikriti, all of you listen. The question is, most often people give this a standard excuse. I want to be religious. I love Krishna. I want to follow everything. But you know, what can I do? This Maya is very powerful. Okay, I have so many weaknesses. I want to be good, but again, I cannot control myself. So, to such people, what do you tell them?
Daivyee Heshaa Gunamayee, Swamiji.
Who said that?
Shri Kriti, Swamiji.
Good. First, give one line in introduction, sir. How long do you keep telling this, giving the same excuse that Maya is very powerful, Maya is very powerful, Maya is very powerful? It is time to stop complaining and to start acting. And for anybody who is thinking that Maya is very powerful, refer to Bhagavad Gita, chapter 7, verse 14, where Krishna very specifically said, Krishna very specifically said, Daivyee Heshaa Gunamayee Mama Maya Durachaya Mam Evaye Prapadyante Mayam Etam Tarantite. Sir, your question is very well answered by Bhagavan Sri Krishna. Bhagavan Sri Krishna says, Arjuna, you are right. Maya is very powerful. But that doesn't mean it is impossible. That doesn't mean it is impossible. Krishna says this divine illusion called Maya consists of the three gunas, Satva Guna, Rajo Guna, and Tamo Guna. And it is very difficult to overcome. But only those devotees who truly surrender, do Sharanagathi, Prapatti, Bharanyasam, Bharasamarpana to Bhagavan Sri Krishna will certainly cross this Maya. Therefore, people keep on, they always tell the problem. And even when there is a solution, they don't want to follow that. Why? Because inherently they don't want to follow. They just want to keep on complaining, complaining, complaining. And when you give them a solution, they don't want to take it. Krishna himself gave the solution. This divine illusion called Maya, even this Maya is under the control of Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna is the one who can create, maintain, and dissolve all the universes. And this Maya consists of the three gunas. What are the three gunas, Radha?
Raja Guna, Tamo Guna, and sorry, I forgot the last one, Swamiji.
Satva, Raja, and Tamo Gunas.
Yes, sir.
Satva, Raja, and Tamo Gunas. So these are the three gunas. This one made up of Satva, Raja, Tamo Gunas. Krishna says is very difficult to overcome. Krishna is not saying no, but it is not impossible. But only those who truly surrender. Surrender means is also called Sharanagathi or Prapatti, Bharanyasam, Bharasamarpanam. They all mean one and the same. To Bhagavan Sri Krishna will certainly cross this Maya. When you do that, Maya will not affect you. How long can we keep on complaining? It is like a student who fails an exam. The parents are asking, how come you failed the exam? Standard complaint. Question paper is very difficult. How long can we keep on giving the same excuse? Question paper is very difficult. No student will ever admit, I did not prepare enough for the exam. We are also the same thing. Maya is very powerful. No, Krishna says, do Sharanagati, you will overcome Maya. That is how you should learn Bhagavad Gita. Very good. Radha, can you repeat that verse? Daivyee Heshaa, you know that?
Yes, Swamiji.
Repeat that verse, Amma.
Daivyee Heshaa Daivyee Heshaa Gunamayee Mama Maya Duratyaya Mamev Ye Prapadyante Maya Metam Tarantite.
Very good. Very good, Amma. So, when people complain about Maya, this should be your standard reply. Sir, enough of complaining about Maya. Solution is here, given by none other than the Supreme Lord Bhagavan Sri Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 7, verse 14. And if you say that, that way people have no more chance of complaining that they did not hear. Suppose somebody says, all right, I do Sharanagati. What do I get if I do Sharanagati? Are you getting the question, Amma? Okay, I do Sharanagati, as Krishna says. What do I get? I will overcome Maya. I will overcome Maya. So, but what do I get? Now, back to you. Who is there? Kriti and Kirtana? Kriti and Kirtana. Somebody complained Maya. You gave the solution, do Sharanagati. Again, the person is asking, all right, I do Sharanagati, what do I get? Emma, what do I get?
Get to get out of the endless cycle of births and death.
You will get out of the endless cycles of births and deaths. Very good. Very good. Where is it given? Can you give some examples where it is given? Very close to.
Jaatasya dhruvo mrithyuhu dhruvam janmanaamanthe tasmat.
Wow, you are giving a very good verse, Tali. Go ahead, go ahead.
Okay. Jaatasya dhruvo mrithyuhu dhruvam janmanaamanthe tasmat. Tasmat pariharyate. That natvam shochitumarhasi.
Okay, that is saying, that is a second chapter, 27th verse, Amma. Second chapter, 27th verse. Jaatasya hi dhruvo mrityuhu dhruvam janma mrutasya cha tasmat apariharyarthe natvam shochitumarhasi. For everyone who is born, death is certain. And for everyone who is dead, rebirth is equally certain. But the question is, Kriti, you know what you said? If you do Sharanagati, you will get out of the cycles of birth and death and birth and death. Correct?
Yes, Swamiji.
So that point is to be brought out. Namely, if you do Sharanagati, you will get out of the endless cycles of births and deaths. Where do we get it? Hmm? Where do we see that, Amma, that you will get out of the cycles of births and deaths?
Yanti deva vritha devan piturnyanti piturvrthaha bhutani yanti bhutejyaha yanti madhyajinopi mam.
Amma, that shloka says, if you worship Devi Devatas, you go to Devaloka. But here we are talking, if you do that Sharanagati, you will get moksham. Where is it given? Okay, for that the right verse is, are you there, all of you girls? Shall we give a chance to the elders whether they can pick the right verse? Any one of you, ma? Radhika, Padma, Kamala,
Swami,
Sunita. Go ahead.
Sarvadharman Parityaj Mamekam Swami.
No, ma, no, ma. Exactly. We are specifically asking because that girl said, if you do Sharanagati, you will get out of the repeated and endless cycles of births and deaths. Now, if you refer to the 7th chapter, 29th verse, Jaraamarana mokshaaya mam ashritya yatanti ye te brahma tad viduhu krishnam adhyatmam karma chakilam. 7th chapter, 29th verse. Hmm? Sri Kruti, are you there, Amma?
Yes, Swamiji.
Can you do you know that verse? Jaraamarana mokshaaya?
No, Swamiji.
No. Pritika, you know that verse, Amma? 7th chapter, 29, Jaraamarana mokshaaya?
Yes, Swamiji.
Can you say that?
Jaraamarana mokshaaya mama shrityaya tanti ye te brahma tatvidu krishnam adhyatmam karma chakilam.
Very good, Talli. Very good, Talli. Ambunda, Hindu Priya unda?
Yes, Swamiji.
Hindu Priya ela undamma? This particular verse says Jara Marana Mokshaya, to get out of the cycles of births and deaths and births and deaths. Jara Marana Mokshaya. Krishna says, those devotees who surrender to me, that means who do Sharanagathi to me, to Bhagavan Sri Krishna, and those who pray for deliverance from old age and death, that is possible only if you attain salvation. They should know three things: nature of the Supreme Lord, Adhyatma, that the self is bound by karma and it is still in bondage in this material world, Prakriti, and all about related karmas, karma chakhilam, actions that lead to repeated births and deaths. So, Jara Marana Mokshaya, karma chakhilam, all actions we do are binding us to repeated births and deaths. Mam Ashricha, Ashrayam. When you do that Sharanagati, Krishna will make sure there are no more births and no more deaths for you. Jara Marana Mokshaya. See, there is one lady here, Kamala. Kamala, are you there, Amma? Death. Every one of us are afraid of death because we still want to be here. Enjoy with the husband, enjoy with the wife, enjoy with the kids, eat whatever we want, drink whatever we want, live whatever way we want. We want to enjoy. And when death comes, everything is just shut up. Everything is shut down. So Krishna says, you do Sharanagati. Mam Ashricha, you surrender to me. You surrender to me. I will take care of you. No more old age, no more death. And the karmas that you do, that is leading you to repeated births and deaths, Krishna will wipe them out. Krishna will wipe them out. So, all of you try to learn this verse. Jara Marana Mokshaya. The goal of human life is to attain salvation, to get out of the endless and repeated cycles of births and deaths. Now, when you say if you surrender, no more fear of death, no more fear of old age. Now, since we are talking about death, so how do we make sure that there is no fear of death if you do Sharanagati? If suppose somebody asks you, all right, sir, I do Sharanagati. How do you make sure that I don't have to be afraid of death? How do you make sure that there is no fear of death? How do you make sure there is no fear of death? All right. I'll give a clue. Can one of you say that verse, Amma? Radha, you want to try?
I'm not sure, Swami.
Yesha Brhahmi sthithi paartha. You know that verse, Amma?
Uh, no, Swamiji.
Okay. Okay. Sri Kriti, you know that verse, Amma?
ఒకసారి మళ్ళీ రిపీట్ చేస్తారా స్వామీజీ?
Yesha Brhahmi sthithi
స్థితి
paartha.
పార్థ.
I know you people are overloaded, regular school work, and when you come, parents, music class, dance class, tennis class, math club, science olympiad, spelling bee. Where is the time for again religious classes, Bhagavad Gita? Okay, Pritika, you remember that verse, Amma? Yesha Brahmi Sthite Pardha.
एषा ब्राह्मीस्थितिः पार्थ नैनां प्राप्य मुह्यति स्थित्वा समन्तकालेऽपि ब्रह्मनिर्वाणमृच्छति.
Exactly. Sthitva Tvam Antakalepi. Even at the time of death, you don't have to be afraid. So Krishna is telling Arjuna, O Prudhasa son Pardha, Arjuna, this is the Brahmi state, attaining the Supreme Lord by practicing Nishkama Karma Yoga. Do every actions, but don't expect any results. Leave it to Krishna. And anyone who attains this special status will never be deluded, will never be afraid. And if you attain this state that you can get only after Sharanagathi, you will attain the bliss of realizing Bhagavan Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna, who is none other than Sriman Narayana, Sriyapati, Vaikunthanatha. You will never, never be deluded, and you will enjoy the bliss at the time of death. At the time of death, Bhagavan will bless you with the bliss of realizing Bhagavan Krishna. That means your moksham, your attaining Sri Vaikuntham is guaranteed. Other people are afraid at the time of death because they are completely afraid of death. At the time of death, they will be really, really suffering and in panic. But a pure devotee who surrendered to Krishna will be there in a very calm and peaceful way. Other people are afraid of death. A purely surrendered soul is never afraid of death. In fact, for a purely surrendered soul, death is a welcome opportunity. Death is a welcome opportunity that opens the doors to attain Sri Vaikuntham and to enjoy Bhagavat Anubhavam and to go through always, to be always in Brahmanandam, divine bliss. Then why people don't do? Because first of all, either they are ignorant. Two, even if they're ignorant, they don't believe in Krishna. Even if they believe in Krishna, they don't believe in what Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita. And even if they believe in Bhagavad Gita, they will never put it into practice and physically do Sharanagathi. That is why we suffer. So, Esha Brahmi Sthiti Partha Nainam Prapya Vimuhyati Stitva Stitva Syam Antakalepi Brahma Nirvana Mruchati. Antakalepi, even at the time of death, you don't have to be afraid of anything. Okay, I suppose I say, you said there are repeated and endless cycles of births and deaths. Believe there are so many births, so many deaths. Because some people the other day asked a question, oh, there are only 7 birds. There are only 7 birds, some people said. So what do we tell them? I don't believe there are a lot of births and deaths. Oh, at the most I'll have 7 births, I'll have moksha. If suppose somebody says that, how do you reply them? If suppose somebody says, I don't believe we have to take so many births, what do you tell them? Bahoonam Janmanaamanthe Jnanavan, that is for doing Sharanagathi. But somebody says, I don't believe that we have so many births.
But in that itself, he's saying Bahoonaam Janma, right?
Can you give something else? All right, I'll give a clue. All right. Krati and Kirtana, do you remember this verse? Bahoonimay vyathiitaani.
Bahoonimay vyathiitaani janmani tava Arjuna tanyaham veda sarvani natvam parantapa.
Exactly, Amma. Krishna specifically says, if somebody is saying, oh, I only have 7 births, I don't have millions of births, I don't have to go through millions of births. No, 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 no. Krishna specifically says in the 4th chapter, 5th verse, Bahoonimay vyathiitaani janmani tava Arjuna tanyaham veda sarvani natvam vetha parantapa. Arjuna, myself and yourself have gone through many, many births. Bhagavan Krishna says, because I am the Supreme Lord, I know all those previous births. Because Krishna is Sriman Narayana, the Supreme Lord, Bhagavan. But you, Arjuna, you are an individual soul. You do not know any of them. You do not remember your past births, or even you do not even remember my previous incarnations. You just know me today, that I am your friend, that I am your brother-in-law, etc. But you do not know, Arjuna, you and I have gone through millions of births. I am Bhagavan, I remember everything. You are a Jivatma, you don't remember. So Krishna specifically says, Bahoonimay vyathiitaani janmani tava Arjuna. Don't be under the false impression. Oh, if I don't get salvation today, don't worry. This birth, another 6 more births, I'll get moksham. No, no, no. That is where you can say Bahoonaam Janmanaamanthe. That is where you can say Bahoonaam Janmanaamanthe. Hmm? Radha, you want to say that verse, Amma? Bahoonaam Janmanaamanthe?
Yes, one second.
Go ahead, Amma.
Um, okay. Bahoonam Janmanaamanthe. Sorry.
Jnanavan.
I don't remember Swamiji.
You don't remember? No problem, Amma. Ma, any other childhood romance, Amma? That is the 7th chapter, 19th verse. Bahoonam Janmanaamanthe. Go ahead, Amma. Anyone of you?
Janmanaamanthe ಜ್ಞಾನವಾನ್ ಪ್ರಪದ್ಯತೆ ವಾಸುದೇವ ಸರ್ವಮಿತಿ ಸಮಹಾತ್ಮ ಸುದುರ್ಲಭಃ.
Tell me the meaning, Pritika. You don't know the meaning? Okay. Amma, recently I sent and somebody posted all the 18 chapters. Did anyone of you get a chance to read them?
I did, Swamiji.
It says Bahoonam Janmanaamanthe, 7th chapter, 19th verse. At the end of many, many auspicious births, not just births, there is no point in taking births as animals, trees, etc. Many, many auspicious births, punya janmas. Punya janmas means when you are endowed with knowledge and when you practice a spiritual life. But you cannot say, I took birth as animal, I took birth as plants, I have taken many births, so I'm knowledgeable. No, 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 no. You should take birth as a human being. Bahoonaam Janmanaamanthe. And that person with perfect knowledge will surrender to Krishna. When you surrender to Krishna, your only realization is Bhagavan Krishna, Vasudeva's son, Bhagavan Sri Krishna, is everything, the all and end all. The all and end all means he is the means to attain salvation. He is the goal and he is the end result to be attained. And it is very hard to find such a truly surrendered person because such a person is called a Mahatma. The choice is yours. Whether you are worried about academic titles like, beautiful, Mahatma, not beautiful people, handsome people. Mahatmas are those who are guaranteed salvation. Mahatmas are not those who have money. Mahatmas are not those who have power. Mahatmas are those who realized Krishna. When you do that Sharanagathi, you are guaranteed to attain salvation. And you, Krishna, will give you the title Mahatma. Mahatma, very difficult to come across. Very difficult to come across such great people called Mahatmas. Question: why do you think it is difficult to come across such great people who do Sharanagati? Why is it so difficult to come across a person who truly did Sharanagati and who is truly following it and who is guaranteed salvation at the end of this life? Why is it difficult? What do you say, ma? All right. Radha, your turn to answer, ma.
Can you repeat the question, Swamiji?
You want so difficult to come across a person who is a truly surrendered to Krishna.
I'm not sure about the verse, Swamiji.
But you tell the meaning, I'll give you the prompt.
Because most people are attracted to like the fun in life, like some people eat meat and they want to enjoy themselves and they don't realize like they want like materialistic needs.
Something more than that? Why is it so difficult to come across that kind of a truly surrendered devotee? Pritika, you know that verse? Can you give the explanation so that why is it so difficult to come across such a person?
Not everyone will be completely devoted in Krishna.
Okay. Srikriti, you know why it is difficult to come across such a person? No idea?
No, Swamiji, I didn't
Come
really.
back to Krishna. I'll give you the prompt and you all know that. Manushyaanaam sahasreshu.
Kaschid yatati siddhaye yatamapi siddhanam kaschin mameti tatvatah.
That is why it is very difficult. If you take 1,000 people, if you take 1,000 people, somewhere someone will work hard to attain that perfection. And if there are thousands of people who want to surrender to Krishna, yatatamaphi siddhanam kaschinmam veti tatvatah. Even among thousands of people who are striving for perfection, only someone somewhere will know Bhagavan Sri Krishna. Among all those people who are trying to become perfect, only one will certainly know Bhagavan Krishna in reality. So that's why you should say, why is it so difficult? Because 1 in 1,000 will try for perfection. And if there are thousands of devotees who are trying for perfection, only one really knows Krishna and attains moksha. That's why it is very difficult to come across that kind of people. So can you repeat Manushyaanaam? Anyone of you repeat Amma?
Manushyaanaam sahasreshu kaschid yatati siddhaye yatatamapi siddhanam kaschin mameti tatvatah.
Very good Amma. Kaschin mam veti tatvataha. So if 1,000 people are there trying, only one will try for perfection. And if there are thousands of people trying for perfection, only one will actually attain him. Now, only one last question before I trouble you and leave you. How come you people always talk about Krishna, 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 Krishna? Is there anybody who is superior to Krishna? Or is there other devatas? In what way? What is wrong if I go to them? Why do we say Krishna alone is superior? Why do we have to believe that there is nobody superior to Krishna? Why do I have to believe there is nobody superior to Krishna? Is the question clear, Ma?
Yes, Swami.
So, what is your answer? Why do I have to believe that there is nobody superior to Krishna?
Mata parataram nanyat kinchidasti Dhananjaya.
Very good, Amma. Very good, Amma. That's how you should say. Look, the scriptures say first give one line introduction, Amma, then give the verse. Look, the scriptures unequivocally say, Matta parataram nadyat kinchit asti dhananjaya. Krishna himself has declared openly in Bhagavad Gita. Dhananjaya, O Arjuna, there is nothing means nothing superior to me. Me means Bhagavan Sri Krishna. There is nothing superior to Krishna. all these universes, along with all the Jivatmas. The Jivatmas may be there in the form of Devi Devatas, or in the form of human beings, in the form of animals, in the form of trees, all the universes, along with all the Jivatmas in all the universes, are completely strung on Bhagavan Krishna as rows and rows of precious gems on a thread. Krishna says, Matta parataram nanyat kinchitasti dhananjaya. Therefore, when Krishna himself says who is the Paramapurusha, there can be no deputation on that. Matta parataram nanyat kinchitasti dhananjaya. Magi sarvamridam protam sutre manigana iva. Just as all the pearls are there strung on a thread, and that thread is never visible because the pearls are so close to each other. There is nobody superior. Just as the pearls are there strung, and there is a thread that is there not visible. So even though Bhagavan Krishna maintains all these universes, it is just like a string that is there keeping all the pearls together. But if the string is cut off, all the pearls get scattered, no shape, no beautiful, necklace or anything. Only when the thread that is not even seen, that is invisible, that is holding all the universes together, there is beautiful shape like a necklace. So Krishna, even though he is not seen, there is nobody superior to him, and he is the one who is maintaining all these universes. That is how you should be able to answer ask the question and answer the question. Ask the question, answer the question. All right, I'll give you a few minutes to clarify your questions. Kids, any question that is bothering you that you want to know the answer right away? Bhagavad-Gita in the right way. Ask a question, find the answer. Ask a question, find the answer. Give one line in reply and say, look, I'm not giving my opinion. Lord Krishna gives. This is the opinion of Krishna, so that nobody can question you. Emma, kids are elders. No questions from any one of you. Reena, no questions?
Narendra Swamiji. No, Swamiji.
All right, ma. All right, ma, take it easy. And tomorrow is the last Sunday of the month, so there is Santana Gopala Krishna Homam. It starts exactly at 11 o'clock and goes up to 12:30 or so. So those of you who want to, you're welcome now to come to the temple and join the Santana Gopala Krishna Homam. And if you cannot, we'll try to do the video and you can all see. So tomorrow we'll not have children's class. Next Saturday and Sunday we'll have. Okay. Narayana. Any other questions that you have? You're not asking anything. I'm asking. You're not giving a reply. You're not asking a question. How can I help you? You should just be bold enough to talk, Amma. I'm not going to hit you. I'm not going to hurt you.
Swamiji, how
Yeah,
can we know about Krishna through Upanishads and through Gita or is in Bhagavatam? This is the way we can learn about him. That is maybe 1% of what he is, but it's not possible even for the yogis or munis to learn about him, right, Swami? So we are very small.
No.
So
Don't compare yourself with yogis. You are much better than yogis because you did Sharanagathi. You did Sharanagathi. And
we
what was your
pray.
question at the beginning, Amma?
No, how can we be knowing Krishna, like
How can you know Krishna? Very easy. Very easy. Man mana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mame vaishyasi satyante jane prayosi me. At least sit before Krishna 1 second. Think of him. Man mana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mame vaishyasi satyante jane prayosi me. You will know Krishna.
through his leelas, Swami, through his leelas in Bhagavatam.
He will make you perfect. He will make you perfect. Because you are dedicating yourself. Man mana bhava, mad bhakto, madhyaji, mam namaskuru. Mami vaishyasa satyante. You will know Krishna because of the mercy of Krishna. And because Krishna gives a promise. All right, Amma?
Swamiji, why only we are chanting Narayana, Narayana all the time? Why not like other names? Oh,
I didn't follow you. Why chanting Narayana?
no,
Upstairs.
why only we always say Narayana, Narayana? Just why not?
And not what?
Why not other names, Swamiji?
They are all
Wait,
one and the same because Narayana is the Adi Purusha. His manifestations, his incarnations are Rama, Krishna, everything. Again, as I told you, there are 3 mantras only called the Vyapaka mantras that can give you moksham. The 6 letters of Vishnu mantra, 8 letters Narayana mantra, 12 letters Vasudeva mantra. Among the 3, again, Ashtakshara mantra is considered to be the favorite of Bhagavad Ramanuja and previous acharyas. So they do it only Narayana, Narayana, Narayana always.
okay, Swamiji.
Okay, ma. Narayana, Narayana, they are calling me upstairs, ma, because there is a Kalyanam and there are people there. They want me to come and talk to them for a few minutes. Okay.
Okay,
Please
Swamiji,
feel free
Narayana.
if you have any